Hey there guys, alright, today we are watching a video I saw pop up on my recommended feed, and this is the true scale of modern nuclear weapons by Science Time. Don't really know what to expect, and nor do I really understand, I guess, the true scale of modern nuclear weapons. I wonder if what we're gonna see, usually these kinds of videos, I feel like, show us the, the increase in their size from Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the test bombs up to, the Tsar Bomba. So I want I don't we don't do we even do we don't do nuclear weapon testing anymore. I mean, the Koreans do, North Koreans do. Russians don't anymore. Um who else? Has China done any testing? They have nukes. I don't know if they do any testing like the North Koreans do. India has nukes? Does India have nukes? Or are they still trying to? I can't remember. Um, but anyways, I'm not quite sure what exactly is going to be covered in this video or how they are going to display this information. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. This'll.
Attention. We are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown.
Russian
You're okay. Going Russia. Okay.
nukes in space.
The country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare.
One of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world is the B-83 nuclear bomb, the heavyweight of the US arsenal. Weighing about 2,400 pounds or 1,100 kilograms and stretching 12 feet or 3.7 meters in length with a diameter of 18 inches or 46 centimeters, it's roughly the
Freedom Units #1.
size of a small car. But within this
Damn. That's a small missile.
imposing frame lies a force
Or
of
bomb.
unimaginable destruction. The B-83 is a gravity bomb, meaning it's dropped from an aircraft and relies solely on gravity to reach its target. No rockets or propulsion systems, just a free-falling descent. This might sound simple, but the devastation it can unleash is anything but. Carried by strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-83 can be delivered deep into enemy territory. With a blast yield of up to 1.2 megatons of TNT, the B-83 is approximately 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima,
I like this visualization. I wish the camera would stop moving so frickin' much.
which had a yield of about 15 kilotons. To put that into perspective, imagine the explosive
Oh wow. I didn't realize the mushroom cloud for Hiroshima got that tall. That's another great use of visualization there, especially using Mount Everest like that. Oh,
energy of 1.2
Oh.
million tons of TNT detonating
Big.
in a single moment. But the B-83 isn't just about raw power. It's designed to penetrate underground bunkers, burrowing into the earth before detonating. As for how many of these weapons exist, while exact numbers are classified, experts estimate that there are about 650 B-83s, and it is thought there are about 200 B-83 bombs in active service. This number has decreased over the years due to arms reduction treaties and modernization efforts. In fact, there are plans to retire the B-83 altogether in favor of more advanced, lower-yield nuclear weapons. To grasp the true magnitude of the B-83's destructive power, imagine a single one detonated as an airburst over Beijing, China.
Why Beijing? Weird choice. But okay.
The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 4 square kilometers or 1.5 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would collapse within a 7.5 kilometer or 4.6 mile radius due.
Now this here I'm going to disagree with as being a good visualization, right? Because we can't really, yes, of course we can see the Google Earth, the Google Maps size of Beijing, right? But what I think would be a better visualization for the destructive power of this bomb would be to show it. I mean, of course, depending upon the audience of this channel, right? This would be something like, probably depends channel per channel. If, say, you're a channel whose majority viewership comes from like England or Europe, you might want to do a visualization with a European city or London, kind of show, because that's much like, let's say, like, here seeing a bomb dropped on Beijing, I'm like, okay, yeah, but I've never been to Beijing. I can't really fathom the size of this city, right? This doesn't mean much to me. Dropping this, say, on like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, those would be cities that I myself can visualize the scope of. Doing just Beijing, China. So I'm assuming, one, because I know China has very limited access to YouTube, if any access. You know, right? It's just, this is one of those things where I'm just like, this is a nitpick, but also like in terms of ease of visualizing information, I think it'd have been better to go with a Western city. Again, of course, maybe their audience is more Asian based than I know, but
Due to the intense blast pressure, flattening much of the city center, windows would shatter up to 21 kilometers or 13 miles away, sending glass shards flying and causing injuries even in distant neighborhoods.
there we go. They're
The
adding
thermal
that visual.
radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 13 kilometers or 8 miles, covering an area of over 500 square kilometers or over 200 square miles.
Again, I think this would have been better laying this on a map of America, or literally just my own personal bias here, because that is what would help me visualize it, right? I can visualize the size of American geography and European geography. I can't do it for I mean, I could actually do it for probably Japan. I could probably visualize the distance of Japan. But like, I don't know, just China. I don't know enough about China to really visualize the scale of all this.
In terms of human cost, such a detonation could result in an estimated 1.5 million immediate fatalities and over 3 million injuries, and that's just from a single B-83 bomb.
Dropped in the
The Uni-
epicenter of one of the most populated cities in the world.
The United States operates about 76 B-52 Stratofortress bombers, which were once capable of carrying up to 8 B-83 nuclear bombs. However, by 2010, U.S. Strategic Command removed nuclear gravity bombs from the B-52's arsenal, as the aircraft was no longer considered capable of surviving modern air defenses. Today, only the U.S. fleet of 19 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers is tasked with delivering nuclear gravity bombs, including the B-83, with each capable of carrying up to 16 B-83 nuclear bombs. This means the potential for devastation isn't limited to one bomb, but could involve numerous simultaneous detonations, exponentially increasing the destructive impact. In imagining the true scale of modern nuclear weapons, at number 4 on the list is the Trident II missile, a cornerstone of the US and UK nuclear
Oh, that's a lot bigger. That's a bigger bomb right there.
deterrent. Unlike gravity bombs like the B-83, the Trident II is a submarine-launched ballistic missile, or SLBM. The Trident II missile is an engineering marvel. Weighing about 59,000 kilograms or 130,000 pounds and stretching 13.5 meters or 44 feet in length, it's a 3-stage solid-fuel rocket capable of traveling over 12,000 kilometers or 7,500 miles. This incredible range allows it to strike targets virtually anywhere on the globe, from submarines hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface. What truly sets the Trident II apart is its use of multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. Each missile can carry up to 8 nuclear warheads, typically the W-88, each with a yield of 475 kilotons. That's about 30 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb for each warhead. This means a single Trident II missile can deliver devastating blows to multiple targets across a wide area, effectively multiplying its destructive capability. The missile's guidance system is highly advanced, combining astro-inertial navigation with GPS updates to ensure remarkable accuracy. It's capable of hitting within 100 meters of its target after traveling thousands of miles. The Trident II is deployed on Ohio-class submarines for the U.S. Navy and Vanguard-class submarines for the Royal Navy, providing a stealthy and survivable second strike capability that is crucial for nuclear deterrence. To grasp the potential impact of this weapon, imagine a single Trident II missile launched toward Moscow, with all 8 warheads targeting the same area for maximum effect.
It's giving fear-mongering to me. I'm not a fan.
The combined explosive yield would be approximately 3.8 megatons of TNT. Upon detonation as an airburst, the immediate fireball would engulf an area over 10 square kilometers, or close to 4 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would be obliterated within an 11-kilometer or close to 7-mile radius, flattening much of the city center. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 22 kilometers, or close to 14 miles from ground zero.
I think another thing with this, so we're seeing the city level view here, a very close view. I think it should be a more like a more standard map view, right, where we see Moscow on the map. We kind of see, like, right, seeing this, and you know, right, and so our view of the scale of this weapon's destructive power is it's taking up our whole screens. I would prefer it if it didn't do this and we instead saw it on a larger scale map, and so it will take up less of the screen and therefore probably look less impressive. But again, it would help convey the scale of the weapon better. Because this, to me, I cannot connect with this because, again, I don't know Moscow. You are saying numbers to me, but I cannot visualize these on such a... Hearing the numbers, I can't visualize just the numbers. And seeing the destructive power of the bomb, of this missile, this close on a map, also, again, does not help me understand the scope of it. Like, how far past, like, how far out of Moscow does this cover, right? Like, let me see that.
Covering an area of over 1,500 square kilometers or 580 square miles. The human cost would be staggering, estimated at over 2.8 million immediate fatalities and 4.6 million injuries. And remember, this is from just one Trident II missile. The United States operates 14 Ohio-class nuclear submarines, each capable of carrying up to 20 Trident II missiles. That adds up to 280 Trident II missiles lurking in the depths of the oceans. With each missile carrying up to 8 warheads at 475 kilotons apiece, we're looking at a total of 2,240 nuclear warheads. If you calculate the combined explosive...
Does the U.S. even have that many, though? I don't think... That seems like a large portion of the U.S.'s nuclear arsenal. Well, maybe. No, I don't think the U.S. arsenal would be that... I'm trying to think of how many we have. I thought we were... Are we around 5,000 or are we around 3,000? Way more than that. I can't remember the nuclear armament numbers.
Power, it amounts to an astonishing 1,064 megatons of TNT. That's the equivalent of over 70,000 Hiroshima bombs worth of destructive energy concealed beneath the sea. This immense force is constantly on patrol, ready to be unleashed if ever called upon. At number 3 is China's DF-5 intercontinental ballistic missile, specifically the DF-5C variant. This missile is a true giant,
tall.
standing over 106 feet tall and weighing approximately 183 tons. First introduced in the 1980s,
And that's a good visualization using the Statue of Liberty to compare it to the missile.
the DF
Let me guess, the Chinese missile is going to strike an American city. Just for our visualization here.
5 has remained a cornerstone of China's nuclear deterrent ever since. The DF-5 has an impressive range of up to 15,000 kilometers, or about 9,300 miles, which means it can reach almost any target on the globe from launch sites within China. What makes it particularly formidable is its payload. The latest versions, like the DF-5B and DF-5C, are equipped with MIRVs, allowing them to carry up to 12 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 1
Oh man,
megaton
where's this
of
missile
TNT. To understand the scale, remember that the Hiroshima bomb was just 15 kilotons of TNT, so each warhead on the DF-5 is about 66 times more powerful. If all 12 warheads were directed at the same target area, the combined explosive power would be a staggering 12 megatons. That's 800 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Yeah,
Let's imagine that a single DF-5C missile, launched toward Washington, D.C.,
Oh, of course. Washington, yeah.
with all 12 warheads impacting the same area.
Such fear-mongering. This is a fear-mongering video. I was actually like, I thought, you know, it'd be a good informative video about nuclear armaments. No. It's fear-mongering.
The fireball would engulf an area with a radius greater than 3 kilometers or 2 miles, effectively vaporizing everything in that zone.
But at least Washington, D.C. is a city that I can visualize.
The blast would cause most residential buildings to collapse within a 16-kilometer or close to 10-mile radius. And third-degree burns could affect people up to 35 kilometers or close to 22 miles away. The human cost would be unimaginable. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.8 million more injured. What's even more alarming is that this level of destruction comes from just one DF-5 missile. China is believed to have around 20 to 30 DF-5 missiles in its arsenal. At number 2 on the list is the Russian R-36 ICBM, better known by its NATO designation as the Satan missile. Developed during the Cold War,
Where's the Russian missile going to strike? Is it going to hit Ukraine? Or is it going to go for, like, London or something?
this missile is one of the most powerful ever built, designed to deliver massive nuclear payloads across vast distances. The R-36 is a colossal missile, standing over 32 meters, or about 106 feet tall, and weighing close to a staggering 210,000 kilograms, which is close to 500,000 pounds. It's a two-stage, liquid-fueled rocket designed to deliver nuclear warheads across continents, with an operational range of up to 16,000 kilometers or close to 10,000 miles. This means it can reach targets virtually anywhere in the world from launch sites within Russia. What makes the Satan missile particularly fearsome is its payload capacity. It can carry up to 10 MIRVs, each armed with a nuclear warhead ranging up to 1 megaton of TNT. This means a single missile can unleash a total explosive yield of up to 10 megatons of TNT, about 666 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, a fitting figure for the Satan missile. Some variants of the
Oh, no, they're going for Los Angeles, I'm going to guess.
R-36 were equipped with a single massive warhead with a yield of up to 20 megatons. That's over 1,300 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb, designed to obliterate hardened targets like missile silos and command bunkers. Now imagine if a single R-36 missile were to detonate over San Francisco with a single 15-megaton warhead. The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 30 square kilometers or 12 square miles, vaporizing everything within a 3-kilometer or close to a 2-mile radius. Buildings would be flattened within a 17-kilometer or over 10-mile radius, decimating much of the Bay Area. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to people up to 40 kilometers or over 24 miles away, covering an area of nearly 4,000.
See, now this kind of view of the city is an excellent visualization of the destructive power. I will say, if this had been my view of, say, Beijing, China, or, what was the other? Moscow, right? If this had been our view of Moscow and Beijing, this would have been a good visualization to do as well, because, like, it gives me a better scale of the city, right? And then how far away, like, yeah, this is good. This is a good visualization. Still fear-mongering, but a good visualization.
800 square kilometers or 1,850 square miles. The human toll would be catastrophic. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.3 million more injured. And this is the impact of just one missile. Russia is believed to have around 46 operational R-36M2 Voivode.
And see, another problem that I have with this though as well is because they keep throwing these missiles at different cities, we are getting inconsistent casualty rate, right? Like, center these bombs, have them all hit the same city so that we can see the growing casualty rate on each city. Like, I don't understand why we're jumping around from city to city other than to fearmonger, right? Like, throw all of these places at just one city, like, so that would be we'd be able to visualize better the the width, the zone, right, as it continues to expand with each deadlier missile. And we would also be able to visualize the casualties better because we're like, okay, right, San Francisco isn't as densely packed as Beijing. Moscow, I think, is a pretty packed city as well, just because there's so much like nothingness in Russia. So, like, choose one city, stick with it for the whole video, so that it's easier to track these weapons. Otherwise, you are just giving us numbers, and that's not gonna help us visualize it when you keep shifting the focus of where these, like, all right, like, am I crazy?
Missiles, the most advanced variant of the SS-18. Each of these missiles can carry multiple warheads, significantly multiplying their destructive potential. With such an arsenal, the sheer scale of power held within these weapons is almost beyond comprehension. Finally, at the top of the list is the Russian RS-28 Sarmat missile, ominously nicknamed the Satan II. This intercontinental ballistic missile represents the pinnacle of modern nuclear weaponry, developed to replace the aging R-36M Satan missiles. The RS-28 Sarmat is designed to evade missile defense systems and deliver massive payloads across the globe. The Sarmat is a 3-stage liquid-fueled missile that weighs over 208 tons and measures over 35 meters, or about 116 feet in length. It's capable of carrying a variety of warhead configurations, including up to 10 heavy MIRVs or 15 lighter ones, along with advanced countermeasures to bypass missile defenses. Its range exceeds 18,000 kilometers, or over 11,000 miles, allowing it to reach targets anywhere on Earth. One of the most concerning features of the RS-28
Let me guess, New York?
is its ability to utilize a fractional orbital bombardment system, or FOBS. This means the missile can enter a low Earth orbit and approach targets from any direction, including over the South Pole, effectively bypassing traditional early warning systems that are oriented toward the north. Some reports speculate that the Sarmat could theoretically carry a payload of up to 50 megatons, equivalent to the Tsar bomber, the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated. While such a massive yield is more hypothetical and not practical for modern military use, imagining its potential impact is sobering. Consider a scenario where a 50-megaton warhead is detonated over New York City. The immediate fireball would engulf an area with a radius of over 5 kilometers or over 3 miles, vaporizing everything within 83 square kilometers or 32 square miles. The intense blast
Here's the map that I've been wanting from the beginning. Yes.
wave would cause heavy destruction up to 26 kilometers or 16 miles away, leveling buildings and structures in more than 2,000 square kilometers or close to 800 square miles. Third-degree burns could be inflicted on people up to 60 kilometers or 37 miles away, covering an area of close to 11,000 square kilometers or over 4,200 square miles. The human toll would be unimaginable. Estimated fatalities could exceed 7 million people, with over 6 million more injured. And this is just from a single RS-28.
I wonder why they saved New York for last. One of the most populated city. I think it's probably, isn't it top 5? Hold on, let's find out together. Let's see. Top 5 biggest city. Okay, no, it is not in the top 5 anymore. Oh, it's not even close. But New York City has a population of 8.8 million. So yeah, I wonder why they saved a city of that size for last, for the biggest bomb. It's almost as if to fearmonger and get a big number. Be consistent. Show us the same city with each explosion.
Sarmat missile, assuming the theoretical payload of 50 megatons of TNT. To put this into perspective, when the 50-megaton Tsar bomber was detonated in 1961, the flash was visible as far away as Norway, over 1,000 kilometers from the test site. Similarly, a 50-megaton explosion over New York City would be visible with the naked eye all the way to Columbia, South Carolina, nearly 1,000 kilometers away. But what does all this mean for us today? Despite Russia's impressive arsenal on paper, recent events have cast doubt on its true capabilities. Russia's new Sarmat ballistic missile, known as the Satan II, reportedly blew up during a test launch, leaving a massive crater at the site. Combined with the setbacks and debacles Russia has faced in its aggressor's war in Ukraine, it seems that Russia might not be as formidable as many once thought, but merely a paper tiger. Yet in a full-scale nuclear exchange, even a few missiles from Russia's nearly 6,000 nuclear warheads would cause unimaginable damage to the United States. But the real challenge isn't about who has the biggest bomb, but about ensuring these weapons are never used. Because in a nuclear war, there are no winners, only a world left in ruins where everyone loses.
This was a fear-mongering a video to strike up paranoia, and I didn't like this video. I'll just be plain and simple about it. I wasn't a fan of this. I didn't like the visualization. I liked some of the I liked the visualization of the size of the bombs. Like especially when we compared them to the Statue of Liberty. That was good. Comparing them to, the size of Mount Everest, that was good. The display of their destructive capabilities was very, very poor, in my opinion. It should have been one city all the way through, that we can see the gradual increase in power from each new bomb. But no, they decided instead the American bombs hit China and Russia. and then the Chinese and Russian bombs hit the United States. Eh, like, that's very kind of, in my opinion, obvious what's being done with that kind of, by doing it that way. I'm not a fan. I hope you guys enjoyed, maybe found some enjoyment in this. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.